A critical thing to understand in life is the idea of paradox, right? The idea that things are seemingly contradictory, but essential. They're necessary. Pain ultimately creating happiness. Fear ultimately creating confidence. The unknown, feeling lost, ultimately brings us our stability. Lows create highs. All these things that, they don't teach you in a textbook. There's no class that says, putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation is ultimately going to make you a stronger person, a better person, will ultimately shape your growth. And that's the message that I want to, really bring through in these videos. It's the idea that what's tough now makes you later. This platform that I care about so much, that means so much to me, it was not a methodical thing. It wasn't pre-planned and thought out. It's a byproduct of taking that jump, moving into the unknown, and having faith in myself, but not really knowing how that would manifest. Falling down and kind of picking up those pieces and reassembling them. And years into this journey, that's what I want to make sure that is understood by all. The thing that you're most scared to do 99.9% of the time is the exact thing you need. We're wired to move away from the things that push us. We don't want to pick up the key that's going to open the door we need to walk through. That is the power of perspective. Am I on this path because I want to be here, because I should be here, because I'm called to be here? Or am I on this path because I haven't thought about it? Which is exactly where I found myself. It took me 20 years to take a step back and look and ask that tough question. I'd become so risk averse that I was living a life that was not mine. But taking that risk, jumping, was something I didn't even entertain because I didn't think about it, because it was associated with this feeling of just leaving the pack. The unknown is the scariest thing you can face when you don't realize that it's your ally. It's not an enemy, it's what you need. And I try and implement that into everything I do because, like I said, it's not something that you do naturally. It's something that you have to bring to your awareness so that you can shape your habits around them. I talk a lot about running in this channel, and I pull parallels and I bring them into my everyday life, whether it's business or creative or whatever aspect of what I'm doing, because it's where I experiment. It's kind of my blank canvas. The other day, for example, I do an 8-mile run, and the idea is, you hit 4 miles, you turn around, you come back. The second 4 is always harder than the first 4. That's just the nature of things, right? You're tired, and some of it's mental, some of it's physical, but you've already run 4. So the idea in my head every time at that turning point is, all right, buckle up, here comes the difficult part. And so I wondered if there was any way I could change that. If I could make the second half a reward. And like so many things, the answer became, yeah, do what you're scared to do. Do the thing that's most uncomfortable, and it'll shift the way you look at things. And I did. And I ran my first 4 miles down on soft sand, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but every step you're sinking 6 inches into the ground, it becomes difficult, it's tiring. And sure enough, my thought process was, as soon as I hit that turning point, it's gonna feel like heaven, right? And it did. It felt like a luxury to not have to sink into the earth when I took my steps. And mentally, it was a lot easier to complete that last piece because it felt good. It felt like my reward. It was earned. And that's an example, but I hope you understand how you can take those things and you can implement them into your entire life. Like, everything is perspective. Everything is how you look at it. The things that are difficult that you don't want to do are the things you need, and they will change along with you if you embrace them. They won't be scary a week, 2 weeks, a month, a year down the road, but you have to tackle them, and you have to change the way you look at them. That is life in a nutshell. The cave you fear holds the treasure you seek. Remember that. Remember that life is a paradox, that those things that you are nervous to do, quite often are the very things you need, and you will see life change right in front of you.